Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio, welcoming you to another edition of People of Distinction, the talk that gives an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, peopleofdistinction.org for more info, or you can always email me directly at benji@alcoleenterprises.com. And on the line with us today, we have William Epps Jr. We'll be discussing his fantastic book, In Search of Old Testament Solid Foundation, available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And I will say, William was brought to our network, People of Distinction, today by some of the best movers in the business, Mainspring Books Publishing. So if you have a book that you'd like moved, move it through Mainspring Books. You can find out more information on them at mainspringbooks.com. And guys, listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have William here on the line because right there in the title, listen, there's no hiding it. You know what we're discussing today. In Search of Old Testament Solid Foundation. Right there, Old Testament, you know we're going to be discussing the Bible. Now, for me, I'm very much looking forward to this because I've always had an interest in religion. You guys know I've always categorized myself as more spiritual than religious, but that doesn't mean I don't have my interests. And of course, my spirituality is steeped and embedded in religion. But that's not what we're here for today. William, in his book, really, he created In Search of as a way to inform, as a way to educate his readers on the Old Testament. And listen, he's the expert, okay? He's written the book. He's done the research. He's the one educated in this subject matter. So he's going to be able to articulate the nuances much better than I ever could. So without further ado, let's bring him here on the line with us. William, first and foremost, thank you so much for being a guest with us today on People of Distinction. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing fine, and it's a pleasure to be here with you on this today.
Absolutely. Well, listen, William, the pleasure is all ours, okay? We're very much looking forward to picking your brain, very much looking forward to the education that we're all going to receive. Now, I know we have so much information to cover, so let's not hold off any longer. Let's jump right in. But before we jump into the book, let's hold off slightly. Start by telling our listening audience a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, my name is William Epps Jr., and I'm a licensed ordained minister. I hold the title of I have a bachelor's degree in religious education, and I have a master's degree in religious education. I have a doctorate degree in Christian education.
So, William, without further ado, In Search of Old Testament Solid Foundation. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, my book is based on the Old Testament Solid Foundation because if we don't know anything about the Old Testament, we will never know anything about the New Testament, because the Old Testament is the solid foundation that is laid for man to walk on. The New Testament is the final decision after when he makes it into the bring the New Testament, and we are the house being built on this old solid foundation.
Mm-hmm. Now, William, let's go into the concept of inspiration. Now, what inspired you to embark upon this journey and create this book? What did you see that made you feel compelled to educate everyone or to educate your readers on the Old Testament?
I've seen a lot of lost people in this world, and I'm still seeing a lot of lost people in this world because they some don't have even a clue of what it's all about. And my focus is to educate the people, because the word said, my people perish for their lack of knowledge. If we do not educate those people, we are no better off than the ones that don't know.
in your opinion, articulate to our listening audience, for those that are listening in that maybe aren't too familiar with the differences between the Old Testament and the New Testament, why is it important to not just jump straight ahead to the New Testament, but to really make sure that you're knowledgeable of the Old?
Well, the Old Testament, because if we look at what Christ said in the New Testament, Christ spoke about Old Testament scriptures in the New Testament, because this Old Testament, you have to know where you are before you can figure out where you are going. Mm-hmm. If you don't know anything how to focus and how to stand on the Old Testament and what the Old Testament is about, the New Testament is going to be just as foreign to you as the Old Testament. First of all, you have to get a complete understanding of the Old Testament and then move upon the New Testament through the rest of the scriptures.
Mm. Now, sticking with the concept of inspiration, what inspired you to become a writer? I mean, you come from a background of ministry, as you stated. What inspired you to embark upon a creative journey and put this book out? Because, of course, as we know, and as our listening audience will find out later on, this is not the only book in which you've written. So you are now embarking upon this creative journey. You've written multiple books at this point. Were there artists that inspired you, people that inspired you? What inspired you to embark upon a creative journey and become a writer?
Because I feel that, the Lord has been dealing with me to get his message out to the people. Because he told me that my people are perishing for the lack of knowledge. And that's why I thought it would be feasible for me to follow the unction of the Holy Spirit to write this book that people will come to the realization of who Jesus is all about and what, we need to do in order to inherit the salvation.
Guys, again, here on the line with William Epps Jr., we're discussing his book In Search of Old Testament Solid Foundation, available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Now, William, as we continue on, and thank you so much for all the information that you've relayed thus far. Now, I'm curious because, listen, we know as human beings are naturally accustomed to doing, the moment anybody does any research on your book and they come across that title, right there, Old Testament, they instantly will understand that this book revolves around religious connotation, right? Religious stories. Now, in your opinion, because I want to either A, dispel any preconceived notions, or B, give you an opportunity to double down. What people will start to do when they see that title is they'll put your book into a box and think, hey, if I'm not a religious person, this is not a book for me. Or if I am a Catholic, this is not a book for me. Or if I'm, a Buddhist or whatever the case may be, Muslim, they're different religious beliefs. In your opinion, is your book specifically geared for A, a particular religious group, or B, a particular religious reader? Or anybody, regardless of religious background or religious belief, will be able to pick up this book and find value in it?
I'd say my book is for a multi-purpose of readers. Mm-hmm. It's not only geared to just a Christian reader. It geared to even the one who are just seeking to see what is there, because if you seek around with it long enough, you can find something in there that will help move you to a different level.
And really a curiosity for myself, William, what would you say was a highlight for you in writing this book?
The highlight for me of writing this book is that everyone that is a Christian everyone that is not a Christian will receive some information from this book if they were to just seek and read it
Mm-hmm.
and try to understand some of the things that's in there that pertains to them or whatever.
And then last question as we start to tie up this fantastic interview, because I do want to give you an opportunity to go quickly into the other book. What are you hoping to see people do or take from your book?
I'm hoping that people will get a clear understanding of what they are reading, because the word says that above all, get an understanding. We could read this book and just read it and not seek and let it sink into the mind and into the heart. You still haven't accomplished anything. But this book, the way I am trying to set this up, that the people that read this book will have somewhat an understanding of what the book is all about.
Mm-hmm. Guys, there you have it. And like I said, this is not the only book William has written. Now, he has a second book, and we're going to quickly go into a brief description of it. Now, be mindful, the book is still in creation. It's not readily available just yet, but it will be out very, very shortly. It's in the final stages of production. Now, the second book William has written is called Peace and Happiness. Now, William, since we have you here on the line, give us a brief description of that other title, please.
This book, Peace and Happiness, it's in the final stages when we are ready to leave this earth. It gives you an insight of what the heavenly views is like. It gives you a complete insight of what to expect, what we need to do. The research has really opened my knowledge to enhance the book, to let the people know that no greater place that we could ever be than to be in heaven.
There you have it. You know, guys, what I love so much about both books that William has comprised for us is it's almost like it's a roadmap that he set up. Right? We start off with the first book, In Search of, Old Testament Solid Foundation, where right there in the title, no pun intended, he explores the Old Testament. You will receive an education to really have that solid foundation that is needed to really help with the understanding of Christianity or just religion. And then from there, you go on to the second book, Peace and Happiness. This is all as to what is to come once you enter the gates of heaven and what you need to do, hopefully, to get there. So this truly is a roadmap set up through two individual books, hopefully more on the horizon. But you know what you have to do. It all starts with Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Guys, we know we talk about this all of the time. As a community, as a human family, we grow and we advance when we come together, when we educate ourselves. Through these magnificent books, that education is within our grasp. It's at the tip of our fingertips. Head on over to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, pick up In Search of, Old Testament Solid Foundation by William Epps Jr. And make sure you're checking into his Amazon and Barnes & Noble pages frequently to get Peace and Happiness once it's available as well. You surely will not be disappointed. Let's grow, let's develop, let's educate ourselves, and it starts with these fantastic books. William, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you once again for being a guest with us today on People of Distinction.
Yes. Well, it really was a pleasure to be here with you as well, because it really, really made me feel great. And in the end of that book of Peace and Happiness, I have something that is at the end of it the definition of Bible. The definition of Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. It was a great pleasure, just to talk with you, and that I was, making preparation to get my book out so that the readers would get a clear understanding of, what's really going on, and then by advertising it would help, people from different walks of life that's interested in learning more about the Christian, what the Christian books is all about, because some people, they don't know anything, and nobody has said anything to them. We are the honest Bible that they really see. If they see us in something great or doing something great, they want to say, well, hey, let's see, can I do that? Man, I love the way you do such and such and such,